Some houses hold memories, but this house, holds something far darker. Tucked away on the outskirts of town, standing alone against the winds of time, lies a Victorian mansion, a place where shadows stretch longer than they should, and where the silence speaks of forgotten horrors. Clara thought she was returning to the comfort of her childhood home, a place of nostalgia and familiar faces. But what she doesn't know is that the house has changed. It's no longer just the house she remembers. There's something else lurking within its walls, something ancient, something that wears the faces of those who've come before. As Clara steps back into the very rooms that once held her laughter, the house stirs to life, and it's waiting for her, watching, just beyond her sight. Tonight, she learned that some things never stay buried, and the past never truly lets go. Clara arrives at the house and feels an immediate sense of something being off. As she enters, she hears faint whispering from the upper floors. The door creaks loudly as she closes it behind her. Every room she steps into seems colder than it should be, as though the house is alive. Clara explores the house further. She finds an old family portrait in the living room of herself as a child with her mother. But there's an eerie detail. The woman in the picture has a strange, unsettling smile that seems too wide for a normal human. She heads to the attic, which is sealed with an old lock. Upon prying it open, the attic is dark and filled with dusty, old furniture, boxers, and strange trinkets from her mother's life. As she searches, she notices an odd-looking antique mirror tucked behind a box. The reflection in the mirror shows her standing in the attic, but something's wrong. The woman in the reflection is not quite Clara. She's smiling in a malicious way. Clara starts noticing things out of place. Objects in her home are moved. Lights flicker, and there are strange whispers at night. The house feels like it's closing in on her. She begins hearing the sound of footsteps in the house when she's alone. One evening, Clara decides to stay up and wait for whatever is causing the disturbances. She hides in the kitchen, and around midnight, she hears heavy footsteps coming from the hallway. The shadows grow long and twist unnaturally as a figure approaches. It is Clara, but it's not Clara. The creature that steps into view is her doppelganger, but her face is distorted, her eyes hollow, and her smile stretched beyond what is humanly possible. The shapeshifter speaks in Clara's voice, mimicking her perfectly, but with a chilling undertone. It claims it has been living in the house for years, feeding on the fear of those who live there. Clara tries to escape, but finds that the house won't let her leave. The windows are shut tight, the doors are locked, and she begins to feel trapped. The shapeshifter mocks her, telling her that it's been feeding on her for days, and now it will consume her completely. As Clara frantically searches for a way out, she stumbles upon a hidden door in the basement. The door leads to a small, hidden room, seemingly a relic of the house's original owners. Inside is a journal belonging to the house's first inhabitant, detailing the creation of a cursed mirror that can trap spirits within its reflection. Clara begins to understand that the shapeshifter has been trapped in the house for generations, changing its form to deceive and feed on anyone who enters. Clara realizes the shapeshifter's true form is not what she thought. As the creature advances toward her, Clara notices something odd. It cannot touch the mirror. She uses the journal's instructions to activate the mirror, trapping the shapeshifter in the reflection. But as the shapeshifter struggles, the mirror cracks. A shadowy figure emerges, and Clara's heart sinks as she sees herself standing across the room, smiling at her. The house got what it wanted. Clara, the woman who had returned in search of answers, has become yet another part of its twisted history. The shapeshifter, once trapped within the cursed mirror, is now free to walk the halls in her form. But the truth is far darker than anyone could have imagined. Clara's face, her eyes are no longer her own. The reflection in the shattered mirror smiles back, but it's not Clara's smile. It's the house's. The shapeshifter now wears her skin, feeding off her memories, her very essence. in the end, the house always gets what it needs: new victims, new faces, to feed the darkness that lies within. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more spine-tingling tales. We've got plenty more terrifying stories to keep you up at night. Hit that notification bell so you're the first to hear when the next horror story drops. Until next time, stay safe and keep an eye on the shadows.